And now I bet Ross feels pretty crummy having seen a replay of of how that all went down. Hilarious. The two eccentric. Dude, I love this guy. He's a funny guy. But he totally stepped on his dick right there.
NASCAR's Chicago Street Race was supposed to be a showcase. Instead, it turned into an all-out demolition derby of ego, confusion, and cold-blooded retaliation. But when the smoke cleared and the wreckage was tallied, it wasn't just twisted metal that caught everyone's attention. It was Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s voice, louder and sharper than ever before. And he wasn't just reacting, he was detonating. Let's be clear, what happened in Chicago was more than a crash. It was a full-blown collapse of trust and racing ethics, and Dale Jr. took a blowtorch to every driver involved, especially Ross Chastain. Lap 63, turn 1. Absolute madness. Austin Cindric, hell-bent on making a hero move, came flying into the corner like a missile launched from a submarine. His rear tires locked, the back end of the car bouncing like a basketball on a trampoline. The result? A chain reaction crash so chaotic it looked scripted by Michael Bay. Kyle Larson, Ryan Preece, Ross Chastain, all caught in the blast radius. But this wasn't just a racing incident. It became something much, much darker, because Ross Chastain didn't wait to find out what happened. No replay, no radio call, no information, just rage. Like a fuse lit on a keg of TNT, Chastain gunned it down into turn 2, found the nearest car with a Penske logo, Joey Logano, and sent him into oblivion. Boom. Contact. Logano gets slammed. His number 22 rides the wall and careens into Ricky Stenhouse Jr., wiping both out in a completely preventable disaster. Here's the brutal irony. Logano wasn't even the guy who caused the crash. That was Austin Cindric. But Chastain, caught in a fit of tunnel vision revenge, took out the wrong guy. And Dale Jr. had seen enough. Ross Chastain destroyed Logano and Stenhouse. Dale barked on the Dale Jr. download. And now, I bet Ross feels pretty crummy having seen the replay. But then, Dale went even deeper and sharper. He turned his sights on Cindric, the catalyst of the crash. "I love the guy," Dale said, "but he totally stepped on his dick right there." No punches pulled, no PR filter, just a Hall of Famer watching chaos unfold and calling it exactly as it is. But wait, here's the part that made everyone's jaw drop. Ross Chastain finished 7th. Let that sink in. The man who initiated a retaliatory wreck, torpedoed a 3-time champion, and a former Daytona 500 winner somehow walked away with a top 10 finish. "That's the most Ross Chastain thing ever," Dale Jr. said, "'cause a wreck, blow up the field, and still come out looking like a damn magician." Logano's radio exploded. "Ross better get his damn story straight before he takes someone out," he screamed, his fury barely contained. "6 cars hit me from behind, and then Ross finishes the job. I don't care if it's intentional," he admitted it. And that's where things went from hot to nuclear. Chastain privately admitted to Joey Logano that the wreck was on purpose. Logano wasted no time letting the media know. But did NASCAR fine Chastain, suspend him, even acknowledge the incident with anything more than a shrug? Nothing. Silence. Dale Jr. wasn't buying it. It's like the old question, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody hears it, does it make a sound? Well, Joey's yelling in the woods right now, and NASCAR's acting like their radios are off. This wasn't just a driver feud, this was a battle for legitimacy. And Dale Jr. understood it all too well. Joey Logano wasn't asking for punishment, he was setting the stage for revenge. The next time Logano gets the chance, it might not be another wreck. It might be a late block, a missed restart, a hard race that just so happens to cost Ross a win. Cold revenge, NASCAR style. But Chicago's drama didn't stop with the Cup Series. On the Xfinity side, things got even messier. Shane Van Gisbergen versus Connor Zilisch. Teammates, same team owner. That owner? Dale Earnhardt Jr. On the final restart, SVG muscled his way past Zilisch and took the win. No finesse, no patience, just a clean shove and gone. "I walked up to Zilisch and said, 'He ran you dirty, man,'" Dale recalled. "I was going to tell him not to worry, SVG's not that kind of guy." But he did it. One team, one win. One angry rising star. Dale Jr. had to wear both hats, owner and truth teller, and he didn't hold back. That was crummy. That's not how we race. But I still got to shake his hand in victory lane. That doesn't mean I'm not asking questions. Why did SVG drive like that? Has something changed in the culture? Is respect on the track officially dead? It wasn't just Dale wondering. Denny Hamlin chimed in with his own grenade, blasting NASCAR for inconsistent punishment. "They don't do anything. Unless it's me," he said bitterly. "That's the only consistency we have, being inconsistent." Hamlin's not wrong. Dale Jr. agreed. So did Steve Letarte, who said Trackhouse should be worried about poking the Penske bear. And behind it all, a pattern. Ross Chastain races like a wrecking ball. He retaliates without facts. He finishes ahead. And he walks away without consequences. Again and again and again. Old Ross stirred the pot, TJ Majors said. New Ross? He just wrecks people. Even NASCAR's safety protocols were under fire. Cody Ware's violent crash, slamming a tire barrier at 93 miles per hour, was followed by a 35-second delay in throwing the caution. That should have been an instant yellow, Dale said. You've got a guy hitting the wall at almost 100, and it's like everyone's asleep at the button. What's it all mean? It means NASCAR is on the edge. An identity crisis, a culture shift, respect versus retaliation, facts versus feelings, clean racing versus chaos. Dale Jr. stood in the middle of it all, not as a diplomat, but as a man holding a mirror up to the sport he loves. This ain't just about speed anymore, it's about emotion, ego, identity, and sometimes those things crash harder than any car. So now we ask the real question. Was Dale Jr. right to call out his own drivers? Was he justified in roasting Ross Chastain? Is Joey Logano playing chess while everyone else plays demolition derby? And what happens next? Does NASCAR finally draw a line? Or do they just let the next powder keg light itself? Because if things don't change soon, there's one guarantee: someone else is going to pay the price for another driver's temper. What do you think? Did Ross cross the line? Did Dale Jr. go too far? Or are we finally seeing someone tell the truth in a sport that's too scared to? Sound off in the comments. The flag might be checkered, but the debate is wide open.